Hi, it's Molly and welcome back to my channel. Welcome here if it's your first time. Today's video is all about hair volume. Big volume. This is probably the #1 request I have gotten over the years, the different products that I use. I actually have so many different things that I want to talk about that I'm dividing it into two parts. So this is part one, which is just some general volume advice and my products and routine. And then part two is going to be all of my different styling tips, tricks, whatever you want to call them. One of my biggest tips for getting volume in your hair is your haircut. And I know that you might be thinking like, this is not a thing that I can do right now. I want tips for right now. I promise I'm going to give you tips for right now. But just remember, the next time you go to your hairdresser, I always ask for internal layers. And what that means is instead of getting a blunt cut, which is just a cut that goes straight across, you are going to get your hair cut and then they will take the hair and instead of cutting horizontally, they will cut up vertically. This is called point cutting, and your hairstylist will know what point cutting is. So they will cut up into your hair, and this just takes all of the weight off the bottom of your hair so that you can let your hair have that volume at the top. Now, every once in a while, I've gotten a little bit micromanagey and I've asked for a more blunt cut, and I'm always so disappointed because my hair just gets too heavy at the top and it gets sort of mushroomy looking on the bottom. It just gets too big and fluffy at the bottom. So if you ask for point cut, you will get that really nice, the hair still looks like one length, but you're gonna just have so much more volume and you're gonna be able to do so much more. You're gonna be able to get those Instagram waves that are kind of PC looking. Trust me on this one. Point cutting. Internal layers. These are your keywords. Another thing that I get asked all the time is, what do I use to maintain my color? And I use shampoo and conditioner that is sulfate free. Sometimes shampoo that is sulfate free, because sulfate is a salt, and because you're not rubbing a salt into your hair can actually be a little bit heavier. What I'll try to do is I will use the Living Proof Full Conditioner, a volumizing conditioner, and that will give me some of the body back. And recently I also discovered, this is what I've been using the past couple of weeks. It's a brand called Color Proof. This is their super sheer shampoo and conditioner, and it is silicone free. This is the first time that I have used a silicone free shampoo and conditioner, and I will say I actually really do notice more volume in my hair. My hair seems lighter. What a silicone is, silicones are added to a lot of our beauty products because they create a smoother surface. So when you wash your hair and condition your hair with a product that has silicone in it, you have a nice silky feeling on your hair after you get out of the shower. So with this, it's not that my hair doesn't feel silky, but it definitely feels different. I just use so many products, styling products that have silicone in them, that you don't really notice a difference. At the end of the day, you want all the silicone that you're applying to your hair to be able to wash out so that it doesn't build up and weigh your hair down. So the small amounts that are in my styling products are enough to give me that silky smooth feeling. And I guess I don't need it in my shampoo and conditioner. I was very hesitant to try this. I'm so picky with shampoos and conditioners that I was like, I feel like it's gonna leave my hair feeling heavy. It's the opposite. My hair feels like weightless when it's done. So I highly recommend a silicone-free shampoo and conditioner if you're looking for that weightless feel. The Living Proof Full Conditioner that I also use is not silicone free, but it really does give me a ton of volume. And actually, that is the combination that I used today. I used the silicone free shampoo and then the Living Proof Full Conditioner because I did want to have really big hair for this video. I'm gonna get into the rest of the products now that I use. And one thing I want to mention, this is important, the placement of the products. So you're going to see the volume foam goes at the crown of my head, the oil goes only on the ends, but all the other products, I actually start applying them at the nape of my neck. And there's a reason for this. And it is because just in case I have too much product on my hand, I would rather this hair underneath be the hair that gets weighed down. And then that way the rest of my hair can still have body, but get the product through it. This is my personal hair routine. I've been styling my hair this way for about, I just realized, 20 years, which blows my mind. Wow, let's get into it. Volume Foam is one of the products that has made the biggest difference for me. This really lifts my hair from the roots and gives me volume. I noticed a huge difference on days when I didn't use it versus days I do use it. My hair feels kind of flat and stuck to my head if I forget to use it, but when I use this foam, it just gives me the best lift. This is a travel size bottle, so I used 2 pumps, but on a normal size bottle, I would use 1 pump and scrunch it in at the crown first, as you saw, and then whatever is left on my hands, I scrunch around my roots, and I just love the lift that it gives my hair. Living Proof Prime is such an amazing product. It locks in whatever hairstyle you've done, so straight or curly hair, and prevents it from getting frizzy or losing shape. I use a pea-size amount, and this is one of those products that I start applying at the nape of my neck first, and then I apply to the rest of my hair. And for people like me who only wash their hair once or twice a week, it's amazing because it really does help lock in your style. As my hair has gotten more gray, I tend to use this anti-frizz balm the most, but back in my big hair glory days, I loved this Living Proof Full Thickening Cream. Sometimes I do combine the two, and if you combine them, make sure you're still only using a pea-size amount so that you don't overload your hair with product. But the Living Proof Thickening Cream I'm using on its own today, so you can really see the full effect of it. It just gives you really thick feeling hair. I really love it. I always add a drop of oil to my ends, and this is about a half a pea-size amount. In the past, I've used agave oil. I'm trying this new argan oil, and so far so good, but I just do that to keep my ends hydrated. A heat protection spray is a must-have if you are putting any heat on your hair, like a blow dryer, curling iron, or flat iron. If you're not heat styling your hair, you can skip this spray, but I definitely recommend having one to protect your hair if you are. I am obsessed with this new one from IGK because it also smooths out my hair. This is my hair with a combination of blow dry and air dry, and you can see that those products add a ton of volume. They really don't weigh your hair down because I'm using such a small amount of each product. My last product that I love is hair extensions. I love them so much that I started my own company. Clip-in extensions in general were such a game changer for me when I first started wearing them. It was the step that I'd been missing. You can add volume in under 5 minutes. It just gives you that little extra boost. It can give you volume throughout your hair, and it just makes your hair look fuller. So I highly recommend extensions. I'm not trying to be salesy, pushy, anything like that. I actually really hesitate to talk about my own line, but I shouldn't, because there's a reason that I created them. I wanted something to be on the market that I felt was a very, very good quality product at a price point that was reasonable. I'm not trying to toot my own horn at all. I legitimately love hair extensions, and the reason that I started my own line is because I just wasn't happy with anything I was finding on the market. As a strawberry blonde, one, it's just a struggle to find good extensions that will match, but two, I just felt like a lot of the hair that was out there was not silky, the ends were too skimpy, etc., etc. So this is actually only half a pack of hair because the other half is clipped to my head. So you can see that this is actually still a ton of hair that I don't have clipped in because I just felt like I didn't need it. I felt like I got the volume I wanted. This is a 14-inch set. It has natural volume, which is what I prefer, or a natural length as well, which is what I prefer. You need to look for hair extensions that are double drawn. That means that they're thick at the ends as well as the top. So you can see how you cannot see through the ends. They are thick, and you need that. It makes it so much easier to blend. And you also want to look for hair that's Remy hair because it's going to be silkier. In general, I prefer clip-in extensions. There's semi-permanent extensions where they can be taped in or beaded into your head or keratin bonded in. I prefer clip-in because you can position them wherever you want. You can clip these into a ponytail. Extensions are a volume game changer. That is everything. I hope that this video was helpful. Stay tuned for part 2. It's happening. So make sure you're here for it. Make sure that your notifications are turned on, and we are going to talk all about my styling tricks accumulated over years of trial and error. So don't miss out. That I will sell you. Don't miss out. Be here. Part 2. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.